Hiya folks, and welcome back to Fishing with Den. Well, as you know, we've had the floods and we're also into winter now down here in Oz, and it's not been the best time to go out fishing because I've also had some kind of flu which has gone down to my chest. So apologies if you can hear any kind of wheezing from this microphone because it is quite close to my mouth. Not much I can do about it. I'm getting over it now, but I've had a couple of weeks of this. This is the start of the third week. But we are getting there now. But anyway, the purpose of the video, the new box. This is a lightweight, ultralight travelling box, if you like, seat box. It weighs just about 6 kilograms, which is an awful lot lighter than the seat boxes that you're going to buy in the shops. But then again, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles. It's there for me to, if I want to walk across a field to get to a pond, or if I want to get down to a river swim, like you probably saw a few weeks ago down the way there where I had to rappel down on a rope, this is the box I tend to use. Now, obviously, I already had a box very similar to this, but this is actually brand new. And what I've done, I've made it very similar. It's got the same sort of extending legs, which I'll show you in a minute. It has an opening and it stores all my stuff in there. Again, show you that in a minute. But really, it's not designed to be the old singing, old dancing box as I may have just mentioned. It's there for me to be able to get from A to B without having a heart attack, frankly. So here it is. And what's the difference between this and the older box? Well, basically, I've put these 25mm legs on here. The idea being that any accessories that you buy, rod rests and stuff like that, they all have inserts to fit. I mean, they're obviously these days, they're designed for 36mm legs, but they have the inserts. But it doesn't bother me because I make my own anyway. So I think without further ado, what we'll do is we'll get this out onto the bank just behind me. I haven't got to walk far today because frankly with this chest I couldn't. And again, apologies if I do start to hack and cough a little bit because it's just the way it is at the moment. Right. So let's get this down on the bank and we'll pick this up again in a minute. Here we are then, down on the bank, and I've just dumped the box down. Now you have to bear in mind that this box is somewhat different to other boxes because on those with a foot plate, you're lifting the box up to actually make it level. With this one, you don't have a foot plate, so what you're going to do is you're going to lower the back legs until you're level. Now, sorry about my back, but you're going to have to see me do this while I show you live and in action. Right, so I'll put the box down here, make sure I'm not too close to the edge. Okay, so that feels not too bad, but this side is a little bit high. So I'll just undo that, take it down to what feels level, about there. You don't want to over tighten these, by the way. This one now feels a little bit off, so do that. I mean, you could use a spirit level for this if you wanted to, but frankly, never felt the need. There we go. And that's it. We're done. We're level. It's all there is to it. So, I think next thing then is let's see what's in the box. Oh, before we do that, let me just explain about the legs. On the previous box, we had these. These are the old Octoplus legs, as in Octoplus, not Octopus. I think it was a Mel Wild product back in the day, and they were great. But basically it's 16mm diameter octagonal aluminium, and they've got a foot on the bottom. That's what I had on the old one because it was just easier. But as I've said to you, this one has 25mm outer legs here, so I can put things on it, different attachments and so on. It just makes it easier. In all other respects, the box is pretty much the same as the old one. Now, I have done videos on how to make the old one, and in fact, videos on how to make quite a number of different boxes, I think. And again, you're going to ask me about cost. Well, frankly, cost, if you make one, it's going to be relatively expensive because you have to buy these 6-meter lengths of aluminium from the local stockist. The thing about that is you can make 2, 3 or 4 boxes out of that, and if you made say 2 or 3 boxes, sell 2 of them, keep one, it's cost you nothing. So that's how simple this is. The rest of it is just plywood. Okay, we've got the box sat down. It's level now, on its feet. And what we'll do is let's show you. Hopefully this camera is going to pick it up, but if not, hopefully that one will. Okay, got the clips on it. They're undone already. Box lifts up, and you've got quite a good space there for kit. Now, I'm gonna, in fact, by the way, just in case you need a bit of extra space, you can just do what I've done here. Just get a landing net bag, and that can be overflow if you really need it. But I've got everything in here today except the net. And frankly, if I'd wanted to, I could have made a clip mechanism and clipped it onto the back of there, and that would have been fine too. So, got some bait and stuff, all the usual bits and bobs. Bread punch box, bait, as you can see, quite cavernous. This is micro pellets, bit of flavouring. I'm going to be using bread punch today because it's cold here. Flask, got some milk, got some floats just in case I was going to use them, but frankly today I'm going to be using the feeder. Okay, then what I've done, I've made these little side trays. Again, they don't weigh hardly anything, but they'll come in handy. There's another one in here, but this is just my tackle box for the day. It's got everything I need in there. We're all guilty of taking far too much tackle with us whenever we go anywhere. But basically then, that's the box empty, and that's it. Now, to put these on, I'm not sure which is the best way to show you this, but I've made these little side attachments here, and frankly, I made them out of the 3D printer, but you could just make a same sort of thing with just a little section of aluminium with a peg in it and fits on there. So if I go around, put this one on this side, just twist those around a bit. Right, so now, as you can see, I've got two very solid looking side trays. Okay, so what am I going to put on there? Well, I'm going to have that on here, and I've never been fishing with this before, so I'm learning as well. I've made this little rest for my landing net, which goes on like that. What else do I need? Rod rest for the rear. Okay, that can go on. Oh, I'm not going to use that one today, am I? I'm going to use this one for the front because it's going to be feeder fishing. Get back to that in a sec. I've got some corn here, which I'm going to leave on one side, but I'll put the box in there. That's just sandwiches. As I said, oops, this is some micro pellets. Here we are, whoops. Hat, couple of cloths, get some of that, a little bit of bread, put that down this way out of the way, and I think the rest of the things will just slide under here, out of the way. Get my cup there, just tidy myself up a little bit, don't want my sandwiches in the sun, not that it's hot, but there we are. So, last thing I need is my actual tackle box, and that can stay down there. That more or less is me done, except let's put a rod rest on. And I haven't done this yet, so bear with me. Homemade rod rest for feeder fishing. You should be able to pick that up on this one, I hope. There we go. So that goes on and does up. Again, sorry if my breathing's a little bit wheezy. Basically, I think that's about it. Okay, so I'm going to get fishing, and we'll maybe have a quick chat a bit more in a minute about how we're going to do this. And I've forgotten the rod rest. It's the back one, so I'll have to put it on my lap, but that's okay. Right, back in a sec, guys. Okay, so that's me pretty much all set up now. Not sure what I'm going to catch today, but that's kind of irrelevant for this video. This is all about this new ultra lightweight seat box. As I say, I use it for sort of walking to places and when I'm stripping down my tackle to go really lightweight. But having said that, if you're a bit less physically able or you're a bit younger, there's no reason why you can't make one of these yourselves. Or even if it's a dad, make one for your lads. You can make it to any size you want, entirely up to you. And as you can see, it's really functional. In some ways, it's almost back to the early days when all we had was a wicker basket. You open the lid, chucked everything in, and that was it. The only difference is, of course, you've got side trays and you've got adjustable legs. Anyway, I'm going to crack on. Don't know if I'm going to catch anything, as I say, but it is winter after all. And let's see how we go. Right, that's me fishing, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.